Alright, hey everybody, it's us, we're back, it's the Digital Bros.
Zippity boppity boo.
We're playing Sonic Adventure 2.
Route 101.
Alright, so we left off...
Back in the game.
I mean, you guys will have seen 5 episodes that were released consistently, but for us, we recorded the first 5 on one sitting, and now we're on Day 2.
Day 2,
of recording
bitches.
Sonic Adventure 2.
We are on the road.
You are this car.
We are driving. Oh God,
this car
I don't
is
know
so
how to
very
turn
well
this thing.
animated.
Oh yes. This is
do
HD.
Do the front tires turn at all when you turn the car?
I wish I could see. I wish I could see the camera.
I don't think
there could not be front tires and we wouldn't know.
Yeah, I think it's just like a few like frames of difference between the car being left and being right.
Oh, I can drift this shit.
Yeah, dog.
Can I get out and ghost ride? Can I ghost ride the
Your
whip
time
here?
got extended. Oh boy.
Fuck yeah, bro.
I completely forgot about these levels until the end of the last
Nah,
episode.
man. Hell
I had
yeah.
entirely
I was
forgotten
ready.
this existed.
We get to be a fucking Rouge car. And
Oh
a
man,
fucking,
that's right.
God damn it, this is a fucking pain in the ass.
So after the last 5 videos, I did a bunch of research on a bunch of the stuff that we talked about that we didn't have information on. So first of all, the reception of this game. Because this is Sonic Adventure 2, and remember, this was at first a Dreamcast game. Now, we had it on GameCube. We had Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and I had remembered the game not reviewing super well, right? Which is, like, completely understandable. I remembered it being, like, you know, C-level game. And I'm right, but it's odd because it was actually reviewed much better on the original Dreamcast version. And the reviews for the GameCube version were, like, more mediocre because they said that not enough had changed about it, basically. It was just, like, a straight port.
They weren't ready for re-releases.
Right, well, it was because this came out, like, a year later, and by then, I'm guessing it had already just gotten dated, you know?
Yeah.
Because when this came out, like, one of the main things about the game, and I will agree with this, was that people thought the graphics were, like, unheard of good.
Yeah.
But, you know, because this was before the GameCube.
Yeah.
It was because this was released in early 2002, so the PS2 had just come out. Or no, the GameCube was out, but it had just come out. But this game does look nice.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice.
Aesthetically, it looks nice. I wouldn't say it's the graphics so much as the
I mean,
design.
it has some decent textures. Like,
the
fact that it has textures.
But the character models are fucking god.
Yeah, the character models look fucking terrible. I'm sure they're reusing the same ones from the first Sonic Adventure game.
Considering that, like, before this game would have been Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Luigi's Mansion, which both have like really nice looking character models. The character models in this look like absolute shit, but the textures are good. It's got a nice. I'm just now noticing the photograph city in the background.
You're right. That is a low res photograph. What
wow.
city is it? That's probably a real city. It's probably actually
all.
like New York or something.
Why did I not notice that until
that
just this moment? I don't know. I have no idea what that is.
Cool. Going to Baltimore.
Yeah, you caught the president.
Oh, is that what I was doing?
Yeah, you were chasing the president's limo.
The limo.
The president,
Mr. President, no.
There's a moment in
Look at that, I've drifted and everything the whole way.
There's a moment in Shadow the Hedgehog where it's showing the president and he has a picture of like Sonic and Shadow on his desk. It's hilarious.
My waifu.
Because, you know, Shadow is like a direct sequel to this game, I think.
Mr. President, Sonic, Shadow, OT3.
So anyways, yeah, the game was fairly decently received.
Wait, don't interrupt the president, you fuck.
I'm talking. President better not interrupt me.
Look at this jackass.
I will say he looks.
Oh my god.
Oh god,
Look
the
at
mouth
that
movement.
face.
The mouth movements just kill me.
Truly awful.
He actually looks more Sonic than most of the normal people, though.
He looks at least like a cartoon character. Dr. Eggman has hacked his
Robotnik is like
limo.
so much cooler than everything else in this game.
He really is awesome.
It's like he was entirely designed and animated by a different team and voiced by someone who like was half decent.
Goofy fuck and. Oh my.
All right. Enough
otherwise.
about that. So this game, the original Sonic Adventure 2 for the Dreamcast, was actually fairly well received. Hold on, let me click away real quick, just so I want to have that number on screen. It was fairly well received. It got like 86% positive on like Metacritic score, which is really nice. And then it was like 73% for the GameCube version. So still, it was not like panned. This was considered a decent game when it came out.
Yeah.
Like a pretty good game, especially for the graphics.
Being on the Dreamcast, I'm sure there wasn't a lot of great competition.
Not a lot of competition.
Or like Soul
and it
Reaver
was
or
one of the top 10 best-selling GameCube games.
Wow.
It sold 1.2 something million copies, which is pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, this was a popular game, more or less, and so it's not like we're just crazy and we're only hanging out with people who know this game. It was a fairly popular game.
It was popular.
It was fairly successful. So then that also raises the question of what the fuck happened. Why did they make Shadow the Hedgehog after this?
What did they do? What happened? Why didn't they make Sonic Adventure 3? Why didn't they go down the
Shadow
right
is a sequel to this. It's just a
but it's not the same. Like it's not the same formula of success.
It's weird though, because inherently it should have been, because like the whole problem with this game is that you have to play as all these different character types that aren't as fun, as the main one. Whereas, so with Shadow,
Shadow, you're always
Shadow,
which should be awesome. You're always Shadow. What else could you want? Yeah. But it's a shitty game.
I don't get what they were thinking, combining the whole guns element.
Yeah, the guns really destroys it.
Not the fact that it is guns, because people always make fun of it for being, it's so edgy.
Yeah.
But like that part is honestly to me awesome. Like, yeah, a fucking retarded black hedgehog with guns. That's amazing. Because like as an adult, if the game was good, you could totally play that for camp factor, and it would be awesome. But the game is a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that he uses guns that's the problem. It's the fact that that fighting enemies at all is a part of the game.
It's just not fun. It breaks the
it breaks the flow. It's a game about flow.
Exactly.
And they ruined it.
Why couldn't they have just made it like a Sonic game?
Incidentally, what's odd? Even though the Tails and Eggman segments are like really boring in this game, I actually think they're like the most like playable.
Yeah.
In terms of like the camera doesn't constantly fuck you.
Yeah, I mean they're not. I feel like the level design of these things is decent. Like there's obstacles and traps.
You're walking down a hallway.
But I mean it has good scripted enemies coming out, and you can like do different things to maximize how much points you get and stuff. Like they did put some thought into this. What is down here?
Confusing. Why?
Okay.
Oh, is that like a secret path, or was that another?
I think that was a secret path, and this is the end of that path.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'd say that the aesthetics is the main thing this game got right. Everything looks really nice. Yeah. Like this level looks cool.
Yeah, I love the Egyptian levels.
And that's something Shadow did not get right. That game is ugly as fuck.
Yes.
That game is just a nightmare. Interestingly enough, and Sonic 06 looks ugly as shit too.
Yeah.
But Sonic Boom is a really nice looking game.
Yeah, in ways it is. And then it's
so broken. It is so broken. It's unbelievable. It's possibly it's not as bad as Sonic 06 because it doesn't have the load times and shit, and it's not as confusing, but it is. Well, okay, I won't say it's not as confusing. It's equally confusing, but it is an absolute shit pile.
Yeah.
But it looks so nice. It's like, why? Why are they putting so much effort into the visuals and not into designing a good game, But anyway, that's that. So that's my research on Sonic. I also did research on agriculture. First of all, yes, there are seaweed farms. That is how they get seaweed.
Awesome.
Second of all, a horseradish is a plant. It's actually like horseradish, mustard, and wasabi are all different kinds of plants from the same family. So, but basically they take the roots and they like make it into a paste.
Yeah, like so root type potato plants.
It's that kind of thing. Well, no, it's more like the roots of a like a flowering plant, but they have like these big fat roots.
Interesting.
And they make that into those sauces. And then ginger is a flower that they pickle. So like a ginger plant is like a big pink flower.
Dude, that's badass.
And then they pickle the flower petals, I guess, and that's I guess they're just really thick petals. I was gonna tell you as well because we were talking about this is totally irrelevant, but I forgot to tell you about it before the show. That you were asking me questions about Danny Sexbang and like what did he do, and I found out from an episode of Game Grumps that he apparently went to France for 6 months and studied flowers.
Wow.
Because of a college pamphlet. He just wanted to get out of the country and was like, I don't want to live around here. He got a pamphlet saying go to France and study botany, so he did.
That's the thing I always really want to do. Right. But then I don't want to be like Danny Sexbang being like 35 and just now like getting popular with Game Grumps and shit. I don't want to waste any time exploring.
Well, yeah, you've got a career that's like very that you need to be in a place, kind of. You know? I don't think it's time sensitive.
I don't know.
You want it.
Well, yeah, I want it to be time sensitive.
But you have a direction in life that you're pursuing, and you don't necessarily need to just jump out and explore the world for a while.
Even though I would
but
love
you totally
to.
Could.
Yes, it would be amazing.
You could easily take a 6-month excursion to Germany. I mean, you don't have the money
to the Germany.
Unless it was like a paid program.
Well, they usually have like the scholarships and sponsor stuff for college, especially with like study abroad. Like I just started doing Japanese class in college, and then there's so many things where they're like shoving study abroad programs down your throat. They're like, dude, go to Japan. We want you to do it. Just go.
Right.
And I'm like, shit. Like I'm already in my last semester, so I can't do these things anymore.
Yeah. Well,
so take foreign languages in college in your early years if you want if you want to go have fun.
Yeah.
When you have time to go have fun,
yeah,
you know,
not a bad idea. I wonder how he dealt with like speaking French. He didn't really go into much detail.
Well, if it's a college program, they usually put you with like host families and stuff like that, where they help you out a lot, or they'll have you in English-speaking classes and things like that. It's really interesting. They really want people to go do these programs.
So far we've only talked about like the previous episodes. I also wanted to talk about how we led up to playing this. I can't believe we forgot to talk about the trials that we went through to get this fucking game right.
Fucking playing this game.
It's like this. We're playing this on Steam. This is like an HD remake or whatever of the game on Steam.
Yeah.
And like we just had such a trouble like downloading it and getting everything together to like to record. And then at some point we were like waiting for the game to download onto my computer, and we tried to go to the convenience store, and it snowed like the other day, and like our whole fucking area is all ice. It's not snow.
It's wrecked.
Like we don't get the kind of snow they get up north where it's like 8 fucking feet of snow. We got like 4 inches, but all of it
Sonic
immediately.
Level.
Oh snap, Sonic! I'm Sonic. We got like 4 inches of fucking ice. And we got trapped in the drive. We got trapped leaving the driveway and then trapped going back into the driveway. That was scary.
Terrifying.
We were like halfway in the driveway in the street, 20
in the
minutes.
middle of a busy street, just like
well, it wasn't
with my
busy
hazard lights
at
on.
12 midnight on an ice day.
It's a busy street ordinarily. So you know the danger is present. We were in the danger zone.
It was scary, but we dug ourselves out and then we played Sonic. And then I
actually really like some of the parts of this level. Like I hated this level as a kid because it was difficult to do the puzzles and shit. But then it's like it's actually kind of creative and cool to like hit the special moment. And this level looks really nice too. Like everything is well textured.
Yeah,
dude, the bounce bracelet. Fuck yes.
Because I mean, I mentioned it when we were in Pumpkin Hill, and oh god, dude, you're making me sick. You're literally, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking vomit. Oh Jesus Christ! No.
Oh, such a mess.
Oh my god, you know, Victor, how I was born cross-eyed and I wore glasses from when I was 2.
And now you're cross-eyed.
I feel like I need glasses again. I have not worn them since I was 12, and you've single-handedly ruined my eyes again.
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Oh my god!
I guess this is
that hurts so much.
Maybe
drop that on the thing.
Maybe that's why I'm so ridiculous. It's because I did that all the time as a child.
and it scrambled your brain.
That just fucked my brain. I would just sit there in Chow Garden and just bounce, just for the longest time, because you know you're so bored and you just don't want to stop playing the game. Like at all costs. Dude, you have nothing else to do.
I was thinking about it. Oh my god! And this game might be the answer. I was gonna ask you this question. Do you remember what was the first game you ever beat?
Shit.
Because I was trying to think back, and like the first games that we had were like the first console we got was the N64, and the first games we had were Tetrisphere, which I know I never beat, and Diddy Kong Racing, which I know I never beat.
Yeah.
And then like we mostly rented N64 games.
Yeah,
like,
we never had time to beat. We just played like the first couple levels and never really beat them.
Well, it wasn't that we didn't have time. It's that we would play it once and then not play it the rest of the week. But like the only games we ever bought would be multiplayer games because there was 2 of us and we always fought over who got to play.
Yeah.
So we usually just got multiplayer games because then we could play it all the time. You know, we had like Super Smash Bros. And Tony Hawk and shit like that. And so yeah, we like never beat any of the games we rented. And then the GameCube came around, and it's like, we never beat Pikmin, and we had Super Smash Bros. Melee. And, like, I feel like this might have been legitimately the first game that either one of us ever beat.
Possibly. I'm really trying to think about it.
Right.
I'm not sure what other GameCube games
I remember
we had before
watching Boyd play through Ocarina of Time, and that was, like, the first time I remember, like, seeing
I definitely
the end
beat
of a
this
game.
before I ever, like, really played Ocarina of Time as a kid.
Yeah.
There we go.
I really... this might honestly be the first video game that we ever... finished, like between either of us.
You mean like you were there, but
I
don't think you played any of it.
I feel like I actually may have beaten this game myself. I think
like
I
all
actually
the levels,
have.
played all the levels.
Yeah, I think I have.
I really did. I feel like you watched me play.
No,
it.
I think I've played.
Because
Because
back when we were kids,
game.
you mostly just watched me play all the games.
That's not entirely true because we fought over who got to play games, and we played so much of this game.
We did. I know you never got into the Chow Gardens hardcore.
I'm fairly certain that I've beaten this game before. I mean, even with the Chow Garden, like, you and Shade played the fuck out of it, but I do remember raising...
Yeah, you had a Chow. You never got very,
Chow.
like, far into it. Like, I had my Chow max stats and all that shit, and, like, won all the races and all that.
But I'm certain that I did play this game.
Yeah.
I might have only played it once all the way through, you know, but I'm certain that I did play it.
That was interesting. I just can't imagine that.
So it's very possible that this was both the...
It was definitely probably one of those things where it was my favorite thing ever, and so I just really abducted it.
I'm sure that, like, whether or not I played all the levels, I'm sure I fought the final boss. I don't know if I fought it for you or something, because maybe you were having difficulty, because it's a weird-ass fucking fight.
I think we at least probably lost a few times and both tried that.
Yeah, I definitely remember beating the final boss of this. But yeah, this could very well have been the first video game either of us ever beat in our lives.
That is very interesting.
I got onto this train of thought because, again, of Game Grumps, where Danny Sexbang was saying that Contra was the first game he ever beat. And
wow, Contra, God.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a game to beat.
Well, because Contra's only like 20 minutes long. So if you learn it, if you play it all the time, you know, it's only 20 minutes. But he said that... you know, he, like, growing up, he didn't even realize that games had ends until he beat Contra. And I was like, that's how I feel, too.
You're not thinking about beating the game, you're just thinking about playing the game. Like, you're just excited to be in the world playing the game. Like, you didn't really know there was an ending.
I'm sure I spent more time in video games running around doing nothing
Exactly. We'd sit in the first level of a game, not even knowing there was a second level, and just play the first level.
I remember, like, with Super Mario 64, like, we would rent it, and it would have save files that had, like, all the levels.
Yeah, we just go in somewhere and just run around.
Right, we just go into levels and
we had no idea what the objective of the game was, or, like, how to progress at all.
Like, because I remember being surprised when you got it for the DS, because it was like one of the launch titles for the DS, right? It was the remake, and I played it.
Oh God, here we go.
And I was shocked to find out that you couldn't just go anywhere. Like you can play the levels out of sequence pretty easily, but you do need to like unlock doors. And I had only remembered playing it. Oh, this is the one. This is what I was saying was going to be the worst Knuckles level. I mean, not the worst Knuckles level because the space one's the worst. But this is worse than Death Chamber.
Yeah.
Because you're quickly going to realize you have no idea where to go.
I'd enjoy this one more than fucking
That's oh god
Dude,
my god.
the cameras are gonna. Oh
wait. Next time on Digigrumps.
Digigrumps.
I have to come up with something more unique. Stop moving so we can stop.